What is going on, guys? DragonTamerBlayde here, back from our Elder Scrolls Legends, and today we're going to be playing some Slay Scout. Let's take a look at some of the changes I've made to the list over time. Slay Scout is always the hardest deck, or hardest time I have building a deck, because there's so many cards that I want to put into this deck, and not enough slots. So I wind up, like, all messed up all over the place. Sorry, straight to kill. We got some stuff. Oh, actually, I'll let you know real quick. Where are you? So, where was I? A whole lot of cards that I want to put in here that I almost never have room for all of them. But this is what we've got going on at the moment. Brotherhood Sanctuary, obviously just being the enabler for all these shenanigans. Morag Aspirant, just good one-drop. I like having a one-drop, and again, you can go off really early with Sanctuary and potentially just win the game sometimes with these guys on turn 1 and 2. We've got Ungolem, just because Ungolem's solid. Testing out Mad Dash from Isle of Madness. Traditionally, I run 2 copies of Shadow Shift in the deck, and it's nice to have extra draw, but I also think that Mad Dash, potentially giving us buffs and helping our Slay creatures survive, could be just as good in good as drawing in some scenarios. And we added some extra draw with Fork of Revelation, so we're hoping that maybe that can counteract some of missing Shadow Shift. We've got Mournhold Trader. It's a pretty aggressive 2-drop. I've kind of tuned my Slay Scout decks over time to get faster and faster to be like a aggressive mid-range deck that kind of relies on a couple combo-y turns to win the game. So Mournhold Trader plays into that, plus it also leaves a 2-1 behind, which is normally supposed to be a drawback, but in our deck, it's a 1-health creature that we can slay. So it's a positive, a net positive. We're also rocking Squish the Wimpy. It's an easy way to turn on all of our Slay effects. No more can your opponent try and hide in the other lane. So we're really hoping that this could be like one of the MVPs of this deck. We've got Night Mother in here just because it's really solid. And then 2 copies of Thieves Guild Recruit just because I had a little bit too many 2-drops before and I wanted to balance things out just a little bit. So we dropped 1 Thieves Guild Recruit. But we're still rocking 2 of them to help us cycle in the early game if our draw is not great. Astrid, just solid, lethal creature. Gets even better because of Squish the Wimpy. Here for contracts, synergizes with Brotherhood Sanctuary, also acts as removal. Speaking of removal, I actually dropped the copies of Leaf Lurker that I was rocking in the deck. I kind of want things like Astrid and even just some of our big creatures like Torval or Clockwork Scorpion, which I've added, to act as what Leaf Lurker was doing for us before. And now we have Squish the Wimpy to enable that. Brotherhood Slayer, again, helps us advance our Magicka faster. Decent Prophecy. Dark Guardian's here purely as a card to slow down our opponents if they happen to be much faster than we are. And I dropped my copies of Barrow Stalker. I couldn't quite part with Dark Guardian just yet. Fork of Revelation is in there because we can potentially just draw a metric shit ton of cards. Even just triggering this once with 1 Brotherhood Sanctuary on the board and drawing 6 cards, or even just triggering it with no Brotherhood Sanctuary and getting 3 cards, kind of replaces a lot of what I was getting from like Pomarrat Renegade, which I've since cut, and other cards like that. Indral Mastermind is here to try and get some of these bigger cards that I've added into the discard pile, because I think Falkreath Defiler shenanigans are going to become more consistent thanks to Squish the Wimpy. So Indral Mastermind helps us, again, make up for the loss of draw from Shadow Shift and Pomarrat Renegade by digging through the deck even faster, but also getting stuff into our discard pile so we could hopefully res a bunch of these guys at once if we ever live the dream. Some copies of Bleak Coast Troll, just a solid 4-drop. Falkreath Defiler, one of my favorite cards in the game, and here for the Resurrection shenanigans. Lucian turns everything into a threat, so he's pretty solid. Viper, I'm still keeping in the deck because it's a decent removal option, and if it's something in the Shadow lane, we can still use Squish the Wimpy on this guy, so he's kind of a flexible bit of removal for us. Brynjolf, because I felt like the deck needed he's still here because of his heals ability. Also helps us advance our Magicka a little bit faster, but mostly for the heals, and he comes down early enough to be solid. Shadowfen Priest, not as necessary anymore now that we have Squished the Wimpy. Normally I was using him to, like, remove cover from creatures, and he's also here as, I guess, removing guard and or supports in a pinch, so he's still making the cut. Gatekeeper, just a solid overstated creature, kind of shuts down aggro opponents that are going wide on me. So I figured I'd try him out. I don't know if he's going to stick around, but I wanted to give him a shot. Torval is in here. I dropped 1 copy, but we still have 2 copies in here. Squish the Wimpy. Again, makes this card really good. Just a beefy creature and helps us have some crazy combo turns. We could probably just drop our entire hand in a turn. Clockwork Scorpion's another new addition. Drain and Lethal are great. Squish the Wimpy makes me want to run this card even more. Helps us heal, and it's also removal. And with 7 health, it should survive trading with most creatures. Naryu is here again for the buffs. Gives everything lethal. Solid card. And then for our late game, we're rocking 2 Blood Magic Lords. I was going to run one of these and then one other, like maybe an Iron Atronach or something. But I was like, we'll still rock with the 2 Blood Magic Lords for now. 1 Knight Talon Lord because he can do some crazy things. I didn't want to run multiple because it felt like a little too heavy. And I was trying to avoid our late game being absolutely destroyed by Cast into Time. And then we've got Tazcad because Tazcad's just a good card. And let's go ahead. Oh, that one ran pretty long. Alrighty, let's hop onto the ladder and test this baby out. See how we can do. Hopefully it does well. I feel like Squish is just too good, man. Just depends on what we match up against. Squish is a good keep. I'm going to keep it, actually, just because how good of a card it is. I still don't know what the correct keeps are yet. This is a new deck to me. There's enough new cards to where I think I'm playing, what, 2, 5, at least 6 new cards in this deck? Plus things I've swapped that were old cards. Probably at least 20% new. If not more. There's a lot of changes to a deck like this that's so synergistic. I have a feeling this is that Heretic Conjurer Halalu. I like playing these 2 together.
So predictable.
Brotherhood Sanctuary makes this even better of a play. Potentially just set this up next turn. Save my ring cards to play these 2 together.
Assassin, like Naru.
Gambit.
I only need 1 shot.
Walu Sharpshooter. Okay.
So predictable. They've no move we can't anticipate.
Another Sanctuary setup. Or 2 setup. I could potentially just res a bunch of shit next turn.
I will have my vengeance. They missed their shot.
So predictable.
I could draw 6 cards this turn. I don't think that's worth it, though.
So predictable.
Should have used Mad Dash first before trading. That would have made it a little bit better of a play because he would have survived combat with the Halalu Sharpshooter. Alright. Haunted Manor's not a good thing to say.
It's time to act. They missed their shot.
So predictable.
Steal from folks who ain't using it. That's the key.
Res a Bleak Coast. Res a Mastermind.
They've no move we can't
Res
anticipate.
a Brotherhood Slayer.
Just give me a name.
I'll put the Falkreath Defiler in my discard. Just because Squish the Wimpy is such a good card. Now, if he can't kill this, bad shit's gonna happen for him. I mean, already, this one play put 3, 8, 10, 13 damage on the board, and removed one of his creatures, and drew us a card. All for 6 Magicka and a little bit of setup.
They missed their shot.
I feel like we're gonna have a good Mad Dash setup over here. Maybe.
Have business with House Halalu.
Actually, it still would be a decent Mad Dash. See, like, he's trying to get that out of range with the Defiler. Not that I have much to res anyway. But I can actually save my Squish the Wimpy here. Buff these two fellas.
So
Trade this in.
predictable.
Go for... Squish actually isn't that good because I only have a couple to bring back. I could squish on this. How do I want to handle this? Probably still want to do this.
Steal from folks who ain't using it. That's the key.
They've no move we can't
Just give me an
anticipate.
8.
I wasn't looking for trouble.
I want to be an assassin.
Of course I'm on your side.
So predictable.
It's nothing personal.
Alright. That'll be the turn. Actually, it is plausible that we could die this turn. Sorry that I stopped talking for a little bit. I was trying to think through all those possible plays.
Just tell me who to stab.
I mean, if he has something like... I don't know. He needs 14 damage with 8 Magicka. The next card he plays gets +2/+2. So the most he could do with 2 cards is 10 damage. And he's got to kill the Defiler. Although I don't really have much left in my discard.
We stand united.
I would have gotten the buff on Giant Bat unless he drew it from the East March Crusader, which is a possibility.
It's a good day to die.
Okay, man.
A fine bat.
So we just absolutely went off there. And you can see how powerful Squish the Wimpy is as a card. Alright, let's go ahead and get another one. See if we can't do better. Those Masterminds came in clutch, too. That feels like a really good addition. Especially since, if Defiler's going well with Sanctuary on the board, we're actually going to be rezzing, like, too much a lot of the time. We ran out of stuff to res. Playing against another Halalu deck. This is weird. I haven't seen Halalu at all in, like, weeks. Let's keep this. Put the other two back. That is a good thing to see. I hope he goes Shadow Lane first, although it would not be the correct play. It would just make me happy. We're gonna put 2 cards
Luck
back.
to your house.
Hello, friend.
Greetings, citizen.
What do you have for me, Dortellus? Nothing.
I want to be an assassin, like
And if it winds up being the play, we can Squish the Wimpy plus Sanctuary, but it does not feel like a good play. It's not. And we only got 3 of these. Like, you don't want to waste them.
I will have my vengeance.
We'll save our ring charges.
I will not waste words on one so ugly.
Last gasp, Halalu?
I will have my vengeance. Just give me a name.
I'll just try and curve out and win. I don't know why you wouldn't put that over there. Unless you have like a gambit. Now gambit here would be amazing.
Die like a dog.
That was a lot of cycling.
It's nothing personal.
Take this and make my death mean something.
5, 6, 7. Can't quite cheat out Blood Magic Lord just yet. But saving it to where we can get it out early, that's not a good sign. 6, 7, 8. We're almost there. Next turn, we can play one of these guys.
Just tell me who to stab.
That's not good. Apex Wolf is a card. Which one do I go for? Probably the Blood Magic. That gives us immediate impact. Oh, and a Raised Dead is good. So we could take 6 here. Or more than 6. Okay.
Care to make a friendly wager?
I mean, we could just squish into that. What did he discard? Stand watch. So if we go for the squish here, we'll get 2 blood magic spells. Or we can kill that and try and raise dead it back. But I really don't want him drawing more cards. That'll give us 2 blood magic spells. Corpse Curse and another Raised Dead.
Just tell me who to
I
stab.
want to be an assassin, like Naru.
I'll actually gain magicka from that. I'm gonna save that last Raised Dead. Play Dark Guardian. I'll just play Blood Coast and Ungolem.
The Black Hand sees all.
Could have used a Corpse Curse there actually, but I feel like we're gonna have a better one coming up in just a second. Definitely killing it. If we can get another squish going soon.
Hold the line.
Okay.
Your death will be swift.
Nothing personal.
There is murder in the
Draw
air.
a card. Night Mother is good.
Just give me a name. Care to make a friendly wager?
That's not great. If I play this card, no matter what he has to answer me, I'm gonna find out. and it's going to be coming my way. Let's just do that for now, and we'll try and see if we can stall for Squish. Like, he could have a rage for this lane.
You fight like a child.
Alright, that's obviously really good.
Just give me a name.
They will never know I was there.
So this is definitely a rage deck.
It's nothing personal.
This should help you.
Death comes on silent wings.
Nothing personal.
And so if I play Falkreath over here, I leave myself susceptible to rage. If I play Falkreath over here, I leave myself susceptible to Archer's Gambit, but I've already seen 2 of them, so...
Steal from folks who ain't using it.
We have to
That's
take a
the
risk
key.
if we're going to try and win this game here.
Justice will be done.
Now, if he got a 0-cost Rage, he could play Creature plus Rage over here, and there's not much I can do about that.
You fight like a child. Hold the line.
I might have to just Corpse Curse this lane.
They will never know I was there.
Okay.
Zooth. I wasn't looking for trouble.
So we're going to bring back Blood Magic Lord,
Now you will see real power.
and we're going to bring back Shadowfen Priest, I think.
You must be cleansed.
Let's get rid of the lethal. Let's Corpse Curse this lane.
Meet your doom.
I think that's probably good for now. Not dead to anything besides Bog from hand. If we swing with everything next turn, we have 10, 15, 21, 23 plus a drain life. You're just trying to cycle for answers, and I might need to be fishing for I might need to be fishing for
I'll
Corpse
lead my
curses.
family to glory.
Gambit.
If you want to talk
Oh, no.
business,
Okay.
you've come to the right place.
All right. What do we have? How many cards in hand? 7.
Zooth.
Your blood will feed my...
It's 8, 9. Now we have 10 from hand. So 5, 16, 18, 22.
We know.
Zooth. I wasn't looking for trouble.
Nothing personal.
This was a worthy contest.
A fine
Good
battle.
game, man. We were in some deep shit there for a second. Alright, I really like the way this deck is feeling nowadays. You can essentially just force yourself to keep recycling blood magic spells and Night Talon Lords potentially. I'm gonna mess around with the late game and see what the right mix of cards is, but I feel like it's better than it's ever been to play Slay Scout, and that makes me really happy. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you all very much for watching. I'm DragonTamerBlayde, and I'll see you guys next time.